So I'd like to welcome SungWon Cho to the Ann Arbor District Library.
Thank you for having me.
We are thrilled to have you here.
Well, thank you so much.
So I have a couple of quick questions to go through first, and then we have a bunch of question cards that we have gone through, and we'll go through as many of those questions as possible, and then if we have any additional ones that come up, we'll get those going.
Great.
So first off, welcome back to Michigan.
Thank you very much.
For the unfamiliar, which, I mean, maybe some of the people watching the live stream may be unfamiliar. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into voice acting?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a voice actor in Delicious in Dungeon, God of War Ragnarok, Borderlands 3, K-pop Demon Hunters, a bunch of different things. And I got into it because a friend of mine, way back when I was in high school, would write radio plays, and he would just sort of cast a bunch of us to do the voices. So that's how I got interested in it. And then I also grew up just listening to voice actors and stuff. I'm a big nerd, so I watched anime, cartoons, played video games, so I was always interested in it from a young age.
That's awesome. So would you be willing to tell us a little bit about what goes into your voice acting in the sort of back area of the mystery of what film production is and TV production?
Like just from start to finish, that sort of thing? Or?
Well, whatever you feel most comfortable sharing. If there's something that you think that would be useful for the audience, for anybody who might be interested in learning more about voice acting.
It's pretty straightforward, I think. Usually you get an audition, and then you just read it over, the character description, things like that. And then I usually just think in my head what that character would sound like, send something in. If they pick you, you go in. I don't know, it's not that interesting of a job. You go in, you record your lines, yeah, I don't know.
That's informative for us.
Right.
This is really good to. It's just a job.
It's a job, yeah, and it has some of the annoyances of any sort of job, but I also do find it very rewarding.
It's great.
So yeah, a lot of it is just you go into a booth and you act.
Yeah, absolutely. So is there any difference between voice acting for the video games that you're in versus the TV shows or films that you might be in?
Sure, yeah. There are differences. I think anime is the most technical because you have to match to timing for the lip flaps. It's almost always finished animation and you're just watching it. You listen to the original, usually Japanese language. They'll play 3 beeps, and then you do the line and try to fit it in the flaps. Cartoons are usually the easiest in that it's just a script. Sometimes you have storyboards and animatics to look at, but nothing to match. Video games are the most intensive. Usually you're looking at a literal Excel sheet with hundreds or thousands of lines. Oftentimes you don't have any visual, and you just kind of have to really put yourself in there, your imagination. And they usually are the most physically demanding because a lot of yelling sometimes, a lot of, you're getting shot in the face, getting shot in the leg, you got to do all that stuff. So they are the longest and most intensive, but also can be rewarding because there's just so much you cover. So.
When you say the Excel sheet, I've heard horror stories from voice actors before about the Excel sheet being in alphabetical order and not in any sort of context. Have you ever encountered that?
I've never encountered that.
That's great.
Think that happened in maybe a Morrowind game or something like that.
I think it was.
I heard about that.
I've also heard that Guild Wars 2 did that at one point. I think they've gone away from that model, thankfully.
That sounds like my worst nightmare.
Oh, I cannot imagine.
No, I've never had that. I mean, usually if the director's on the ball, yeah, they're sorted very well. You know what is what for sure.
That's awesome.
Alphabetical sounds crazy
Nightmare.
to me.
Nightmare. Yeah. You can tell when a game does it that way because you'll hear voice lines that are very similar right in a row next to each other, and it stinks.
Ah, I see.
So what character's voice would you say is the most fun to perform that you have done, either professionally or for fun?
The most fun? I mean, I do really like voicing Senshi in Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah.
He's a favorite of mine.
He's awesome.
There's a character called Kage in Ranking of Kings who has a very different voice than me. And he's very just full of energy. So he's really fun to do. I like to voice characters that are very different from me because I'm a very just kind of chill, relaxed person. I think oftentimes people look at me and go, is he pissed or is he like tired or something? And I encourage any of you. I have autographs today too. I think very friendly. Don't be afraid. But I don't really put on like any sort of persona.
You don't have the workplace face that you need.
No.
Yeah,
no.
And I don't think that you actually need it. I think that that's something that's very useful to have in some
Right.
workplaces. But you're a voice actor. You're not necessarily going to be doing a whole lot of visual with your face.
Right. But I think as far as sorry, I lost my train of thought. We were talking about the
favorite
voices. Yeah. So for me, characters that are very different from me, I find I enjoy more actually.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So in context of that reminds me of one of the questions that I had at the end here. So my first interaction with your content was when you sang "Bring Me to Life" as Goofy. I think it was an audio post on Tumblr, how I came across it, but I'm sure you cross-posted it like everywhere.
Yeah.
This was when you were trying to gain traction, I think.
Right.
I also know that you did "Let It Go" from Frozen in that voice as well.
Right.
How did that come to be? Was it like a late night moment? Was it a dare or something, or was it just you had the gall to go and do it, and so you did it because it was fun?
That was just one of those where I would drive around a lot, and that was a voice. I was like, I think I can do that voice, and I was like, oh, I think I can do it pretty well. What if I sang and I would just sing songs in the car as that voice? And I was like, I should do a shit post online.
Oh yeah.
It really.
The internet thanks you for it.
Yes. I'm happy to unleash that upon people. So.
If you haven't heard it, highly recommend it. It brings me joy. It's just wonderful. So, of the characters that you voice, is there any specific one that you think you'd be friends with? I know that you said that you have characters that are very different from you.
I keep going back to Senshi, but I mean, he's just
such a cool
very
dude. I'd be friends with
welcoming,
Senshi.
friendly guy, and he can cook really well. So he'd be
thankful for the food.
Yeah.
And speaking of friends, I know you have a lot of friends in the voice acting industry. Do you have any mentors or voice talents that you look up to in your work?
I don't have any mentors specifically, but I mean, for me, really any voice actor who's been doing it forever, it's a very, very difficult job to not only get into, but maintain.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for people who have just stuck with it for so long. And so, I mean, it sounds like a cop-out, but pretty much anyone who's been just doing it, because now that I'm in it and know how difficult it is to maintain that job, I'm like, a lot of respect for pretty much any. But I mean, I grew up listening to like, Tom Kenny, Jennifer Hale, all those people. They're amazing. So I've always enjoyed their work.
So you're saying difficult to maintain. In what ways do you find it difficult to? I mean, obviously there's this sort of the gig aspect of trying to find work. Is there anything else that you find difficult about the job?
It's just the fact that it's gig based, right?
Yeah.
I mean, literally every job in voice acting, you're going up against hundreds of actors who are all just as good as you. What I always tell people, because one of the most common questions I get, and I'll just answer it now so I don't have to answer it later, is how do you get into voice acting? And the TLDR is just get acting experience, whatever that means, classes or whatever. Just get to a level where you're good. There are auditions online for independent projects, independent video games. That's how I got my start. A lot of people don't know that. And then just make stuff online or wherever that showcases your skill. That can really get you, people will, if they see something you make and go, oh, they're a really good actor in this. Maybe I'll, reach out to them. I mean, that's how before I was known for any sort of YouTube stuff, I used to do just like fan dubs and comic dubs and
all of your vines,
and stuff like that. I mean,
Rest in
that
peace.
all just showcases, your skill set. And so going back to your question, if someone asks me, I want to be a voice actor, I go, I'm glad to hear that, but I'm always very real with people. So I go, just so you know, it is one of the most competitive jobs ever. Like you, getting in is very hard, and there's no guarantee you can get in. It's just that competitive. But then once you're quote unquote in, just imagine that every job you're auditioning for, every voice actor including me, is your competition.
Yep.
And that's very tough. Like it's a tough,
humbling even,
humbling for sure. I think having a big ego in this industry doesn't serve you well. I think it's just a lot of us go, you're going to audition for hundreds and hundreds of things, and you're going to book a fraction of them. So that's why it's a hard job to maintain.
Absolutely. For sure. So obviously there's the experience of having to do auditions, but in terms of doing your own content as you've done before, how's other parts of the experience different? Now, obviously you have a lot more creative control, but could you go a little bit more into your own personal projects and how that differs from your voice acting career?
Like my YouTube channel?
Yeah, like your YouTube channel, the old Vines that you did, anything that you have put out, the podcast that I remember from a while ago. Yeah.
My rule of thumb with YouTube is I just do whatever I want to my own detriment. I don't have I've never really cared about it. It was always an accident, Voice acting I take very seriously. YouTube I don't take seriously at all. I don't know. It's just for me, I just do whatever I think is entertaining, and that's kind of been my rule of thumb for it. I don't really think too much about it.
We're grateful for it, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Getting to see all of the fun that can come out of self-produced content when you don't care about the trends as much. That's the way to go. Do you have any recent anime series or films that you'd recommend, whether it's things that you've been in or things that you aren't in that you've enjoyed?
Oh, interesting. In terms of stuff I've been in, Delicious in Dungeon is the obvious answer, but there's a show called Pluto on Netflix that I really, that was one that I was a fan of since I was in high school, and it finally got an anime, and that one was really special to me.
That's awesome.
As far as news, her stuff, my wife right now, she literally just texted me. She's watching Apothecary Diaries.
Oh my gosh!
And I've
Wonderful.
seen the first season. I'm once she watches season 1, I'm going to watch season 2 with her. Is there anything? I don't know. I'm always behind on anime, but I'm always playing catch up. I just finished the first season of My Dress Up Darling. I thought that was fun. I still keep up with it. I with the best I can. I'm watching stuff. I'm always playing catch up.
Yeah. You're either catching up or you're so far ahead that you can't talk about it. So it makes sense.
Yes, that's also true. Yeah.
Yep. So what is something, anything at all, that you wish you knew 10 years ago?
We want to keep the mood light, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Obviously, I think we all have
Sure.
we all have places that we wish that we'd go back and do something differently. But if we could keep it light, that would be awesome.
10 years ago, it was funny. There was a Twitter thing going on of 2015 to 2025. And looking at myself 10 years ago, I was definitely still, it was right at the cusp of about to sort of big momentum. 2016 was when the YouTube channel started to take off. And I think around that time was when Borderlands 3 happened, and that was a big shift. And then like Agent, so that was like right before, which is really interesting to think about. I don't have any regrets. Like some people go, if you could tell your past self anything, I think the reason why I'm at where I'm at now is that I went into it with no idea if it would ever come to fruition, right? Like it was just for the love of it. Just I don't know how to get into this, but I'm going to do. I felt like I had no other choice, right? So, is there anything I wish I knew? You're asking if anything I wish I knew back then, or that I know?
Anything that you knew 10 years ago that you know now? Anything. I mean, it could be, hey, just so you know, COVID's happening in 5 years. That's going to be awful. Don't be in XYZ when March 2020 hits.
Yeah. I thought we were keeping things light. No. I am someone who doesn't. I don't really want to know that stuff.
That's fair.
I think for me, I try to live in the present. And so I don't know if any of it would have helped. I think for me, if adversity comes my way, I just kind of stay my ground and stick. I can kind of get through it, but I'd rather just, I don't know.
There's a good perspective to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Tell us a little bit about Effie and Sophie, your two wonderful cats.
They're great. I have two black cats. I never thought I'd be a cat dad, but I love cats. Effie is very sweet, and Sophie is a monster. And I love them both. Sophie's my favorite. She's an absolute terror, but I love her. But I love Effie too. They're both great. I miss them. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I think it's time that we're going to turn to some of the audience questions. I've got Erin, who is my helpful staff assistant today, who has the question cards. So if anybody in the audience has question cards that they want to pass on, please feel free to pass those on, and then I will do my best to read through as many questions as possible in the time that we have, plus maybe a little bit of the time that we don't have.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. So go ahead and pass your cards to the center. I'll do my best to get as many as I can. I'll also pass half of my cards to our host here, and we'll just rotate off and on, trying to get through them. If you did write your name, great. If you didn't, when we read the card, if you want to raise your hand so we know who the question is coming from, awesome.
Yeah, how about if they read your question, just raise your hand and so I just know who it was.
All right. So the first question is from an anonymous person here, by the looks of it. I think that the name here is for Absaja. What was your favorite part of voice acting as Absaja? Abby, if you will.
So yeah, I voiced in K-pop Demon Hunters. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I came in and did a few parts. A lot of people don't know that I'm the old man in the bathhouse as well.
Oh, hey.
Hey, this is the man's bathhouse. You know, that guy. That's also me. It was fun. I mean, I came in. I actually worked on the Sony lot for that, and the animation was pretty much finished. And you know, they gave me a few characters. I was like, okay, and I was like, man, the animation's really good. I hope people watch this because you never know.
Right.
And then now it's like the number 2 movie of all time on Netflix, which is crazy.
It's amazing.
And if you haven't seen it, it's very good. I really, really enjoy it. Yeah, it was just fun.
Yeah, it's incredible. Question number 2. How does your work as Fixitman78 inform your voice acting career? This is #FixitmanFanFam.
Anyone a Dropout fan? Okay. So that is a character I played in Game Changer. I did a cameo for that. How does it inform my acting? Not at all.
It's the true answer.
I won't spoil what Fixitman78 is for people who haven't watched this, but my direction, Sam, I think texted me or something and was like, "Hey, would you be willing to film a thing?" I was like, "Sure." and then he was like, I want you to do it in the most boring, monotone way possible. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And yeah, it's a thing. You should check it out. Game Changer is also one of the best shows being made at all right now.
Oh
it's
my gosh,
amazing.
yes,
and
it's
I'm
a blast to
dying to
watch.
be in a. I want to be a contestant. Sam knows this too. He's like, I get me in there. I want to be one of the contestants for sure.
All right. What is the hardest character you've ever had to voice? And this is from Demons of the Shadow Realm. Oh, thank you. So just so that our audience online can hear, that was a separate question, and wondering if you were excited about the Demons of the Shadow Realm anime.
I am excited for the anime. I'm actually rereading the manga right now. For those who don't know, it's by the Fullmetal Alchemist mangaka. It's very fun. It's her new series. For the hardest character, I think on a technical level, it was Ratatoskr in God of War because that involved motion capture. I also did the writing for the character as well, and motion capture you have to memorize your lines, which is always a drag for me because
one of the bonuses of voice acting is you don't have to do that usually.
Right. So the story of that, or recording that, or performing that was, you go on. There's a sound stage. You're in the motion capture suit. And I wrote the scene, and I was like, why did I give myself so many lines in this scene? Because I had to memorize all of them. And it was a very, just a weird experience because, so like Christopher Judge, who plays Kratos, he was there, and they're in the middle of the stage. I'm off to the side, and there's a raised platform behind me to sit on, and monkey bars in front of me. And they have a puppet for the squirrel in the middle, jumping around on Kratos' shoulder. And I'm in real time acting as the squirrel, watching the squirrel and being like, I'm that puppet. And like having, so if he like sits on his shoulder, I sat on the thing. If he climbs around his, thing, I was doing the thing it was absolutely bizarre acting exercise, but it was really fun. But also very, memorizing lines is a pain in the ass. Yeah, but for that, it was worth it. That was a very rewarding experience for sure.
That's awesome. Ratatoskr was just a phenomenal character. My partner and I loved all of the scenes that he was in.
Oh,
so
thank you.
it was great.
Yeah, I really liked playing him.
Okay, so the next question: if you were an idol, what penlike color would you be?
That's a great question. Blue. Blue. I mean, blue is like my color. When I play board games with people, I take blue. That's my right. Like, because I'm usually the one who's also explaining the game and setting up the game. So I go, this is my payment. I take blue. I don't even offer it as an option to people. Like, if I'll go, okay, what color do you want? And I already have the blue pieces in front of me.
I'm glad we don't play games together because obviously, I mean...
yeah, makes sense, yeah. I'll defer if it's someone else's game at someone else's house, but if it's at my house, blue is mine. So, yeah.
All right. How did they come up with the clock ticking for Mordecai focusing when he aims in Lackadaisy? This is from Vincent.
Interesting.
Do you happen to know?
No. So Lackadaisy is an animated pilot, and also they're making a show that I'm in. Is anyone familiar with Lackadaisy? Okay, it's great. I highly recommend people check out the pilot. And we've got some shorts, and then they are working on season 1. It's I don't know the answer to that question, but that was a series that was a very wild sort of moment for me because I've been a fan of that comic since 2004.
Yeah, it's
something
been
like
around
that.
for a long
like
time.
During LiveJournal. Anyone know what LiveJournal is? Yeah. So I was a big fan of that since I was early high school. I did comic dubs of it as a fan. Those were the first videos I ever did that got any sort of traction. And Tracy, the creator, was kind enough to reblog them on Tumblr and stuff. And so that was kind of how I got my start, was doing stuff like that. And then flash forward 10 years later, the director emails me and they go, yeah, your voice for Mordecai is the creator's personal headcanon for that character.
Oh my gosh.
So that for me was like, they're like, would you be willing to voice him? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like 1,000,000%. So yeah, that was a huge sort of like very just full circle moment for me. So
that's awesome. Absolutely. All right. This one doesn't specify. It says, what was your favorite episode to voice? So I guess that could be anything ever. Or it could be, we could focus on Delicious in Dungeon, since that's the one I think most people know. Whatever you'd like.
I'll pick a Delicious in Dungeon one. I won't spoil anything, but there's an episode involving a griffin that I was really looking forward to voicing. And then the episode right after that is a complete tonal shift. And a shift in many ways. So those two back-to-back were like my favorites for sure. I got to voice different aspects of Senshi, I'll say that much. And I really liked doing that. So
that was awesome. Okay, so this one says, who is your favorite voice actor, whether it was working with them or consuming the media that they are in? I think we kind of touched on this a little bit, but...
Interesting. I have a couple of favorite voice actors. One of them is like Corey Burton. He's amazing. He's been doing it forever. One is Tom Kane, who unfortunately had to retire due to health complications, but he was amazing. I mean, there are a lot of great ones. I mean, one that I was very excited to work with in person was Tom Kenny. I got to record with him on a show called Bat Wheels, and I'm like the main bad guy in that. He's like my henchman, and we got to actually record the lines like off each other in the studio, and he was very, very nice, and I think he's very talented. So those are some of my favorites for sure.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions in a row here. First off, what is your favorite movie?
Hot Fuzz is my favorite movie. I love that movie. Yeah.
What is your dream role?
Oh, boy. I don't like answering this because my heart gets broken all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
I think I have an answer. But yeah, I'm a big old nerd. So for me, there are things that I'm invested in. And I'm like, I hope I get to audition for it. And then you don't. You don't get to audition for every single thing. So there are definitely things... And I'm not going to answer the question, if you could have voiced a character that someone... I'm not going to answer that question. Fine. Because I don't ever want to be like, SungWon Cho said at Anime Arbor that he would voice that character better. Like, that's not my intention. Yeah, I'm just a big fan of this stuff. So I'll say if I ever... one of the big bucket list franchises is Ace Attorney.
My gosh,
I would love to voice anybody in Ace Attorney. That's my answer.
That's an awesome answer. Yeah. No, I would. Yes.
I agree.
The people who do Ace Attorney stuff are watching right now,
I'm just saying.
We beg you, please. Right. All right, and the final question from this asker is, I am Korean American, hoping to become a voice actor. How welcomed do you feel as a Korean American working in the voice acting industry?
Very much so. I think the voice acting, auditions and stuff. Yeah, I think it's gotten better over time. I think now a lot of things are more just open ethnicity, but overall I do feel welcomed. I'm
glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I know that can be really difficult within a lot of industries, so I'm glad that you are feeling comfortable there. Mm-hmm. All right. So you had mentioned that, if I remember right, video game voice acting is the most difficult for you. What was the role that was most challenging for you? I mean, I think Ratatoskr, as you were describing.
Ratatoskr, I
Yeah.
would say. I mean, otherwise, any role that involves a lot. I mean, I do a lot of yelling, and I actually don't get super worn out easily. But anything with a really gravelly voice with a lot of yelling can usually be the most physically taxing.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I've done it so much that it doesn't really faze me anymore.
That's
So,
awesome.
but
Yeah. Okay, this question says, has the rise of artificial intelligence changed the voice acting space and or careers? I imagine it has. Like, there's the way that AI can, remark on anything.
Yeah, it has. That's why we are trying to make sure there are protections against it. I mean, already companies are trying to use it to replace human voice actors. I'll say that it's very important right now to. I don't know. I just like humans making art.
Yeah, humans making art is what art is all about. Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds, so I think right now we are working to just protect so that we don't all just get replaced. I don't think AI is at a point where it can replace us, but that's not really what it's about. I think the more advanced that AI gets, the more we have to be careful. So right now, like, there's, flaws in AI, but it's only going to get better. So it's something that I think we need to take seriously and, just
protections around it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And I think that's the case for just about any use in terms of AI. It's such an open field right now, and there's no protections.
Yeah.
All right, let's try something a little bit more high key here. Do you think we will ever see a crossover episode between Cheron and Lzanderoth? Will their universes ever collide?
So for those who don't know what that is, YouTube, there's King Dragon and there's Cheron anime. I would say a crossover. I think there technically is a video where they do crossover. I forget which one, but who knows? Maybe. I would love for that to happen. Yeah.
All right. When you made a YouTube video about a harem anime where you date inanimate objects, was that an 8-year prior teaser to your role in Date Everything?
It's funny. I'm friends with Ray Chase, who's one of the guys behind Date Everything. He had no idea Cheron anime existed. And I believe him on that. But then it was funny. He incorporated some little nods to it in the script for Doug. It was just kind of a funny coincidence. When that game was announced, a lot of comparisons were made, and I was just like, I mean, I'm in it, so it's fine. Yeah. If I wasn't in it, I'd be like, Ray, come on. So, no, it worked out. Yeah.
Okay, will you be on Critical Role or any other D&D TTRPG show again in the future?
I did a one-shot with them for Avowed. It was really fun. The answer is I would love to. I did a board game play along with them, and that was fun. They're really nice. I'm not really a D&D guy. I don't really play it. My wife loves D&D. I don't really play it much. But I will say, and this sounds obvious, but, when you sit down and, Matt Mercer is, the DM, you're like, oh, damn, he's
Matt
really good
Mercer.
at this, huh? Yeah. I was like, okay, wow. It was like, I don't know, driving a luxury car. So I would happily do more. My wife really wants me to be on Dimension 20. But I'd happily do it. Yeah, every time I've done tabletop, I've done it a few times I did something for Wizards and I did Critical Role. I've always had a really good time, so I would happily do more.
Wonderful. Beyond voice acting, is there any other creative field you'd want to do? Creating a movie, video game, so on and so forth. And this is from John.
I mean, I've done some writing here and there. I wouldn't mind doing more. I've done some on-camera acting here and there. I also would like to do more. I find them rewarding in different ways. Yeah, I'd say if I had to choose other sort of ones to focus on, writing on camera, and I am doing a little bit of both, but I can't talk about either right now. But yeah, so both are those are ones where I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do more in either field.
We're looking forward to eventually finding out, maybe 8 years later.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so this one has a little bit of language. So if anybody is offended by language, we're talking the kind of curse words. Please feel free to take a moment, plug your ears. Just want to warn you. Also, I apologize to my boss for saying this on stream. Can you say, "This is my ass-kicking outfit, bitch," in Abby's voice from K-pop Demon Hunters?
I can't do the voice on a stream, unfortunately.
Oh, that makes perfect
but I
sense.
can say, "It's my ass-kicking outfit, bitch." I can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so if we have any more questions, I'm happy to take them. I've got a few more questions that I can ask you of my own while we're looking for more questions.
Sure.
So do you have any advice for folks in the audience who want to get involved in content creation or voice acting?
Voice acting, I already mentioned how to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Content creation, oh boy. I'm so out of touch in that field. They make TikToks now.
They do.
That's not even recent. That's old now.
It's been for a while, yeah. I mean,
I just tell people, just make stuff you like making, because if you're just chasing it and you're making something you don't like and you get famous for it,
what's the point?
You'll be miserable.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think people just make stuff you like, and if it happens, it happens. Yeah, it's all about all I can say.
That's fair. What is your wife's favorite thing that you've ever voiced?
Oh, interesting. It's probably got to be Delicious in Dungeon. She loved that show.
It is such a great show.
But she's watched other stuff. Like, she really liked Pluto a lot. Ranking of Kings, she really liked. Agretsuko, she's a fan of that one as well.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I think it's got to be Delicious in Dungeon. Yeah, she loved that. I mean, I loved it too. We both really enjoyed that show.
I mean, you do a phenomenal job as Senshi, so it's a wonderful show. Anybody who hasn't watched it, either in the audience or in live stream, shame on you. Go watch it. Go watch it. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your stance on the whole VA strike? My understanding is it has stuff to do with the AI issues that we talked about earlier. Do you think your job would be challenged? Well, we already talked about that a little bit, but
yeah, the strike is over now.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, obviously I was in support of it. It was all just about AI protections and things like that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Do you ever get the chance to visit your old department at MSU? The professors there still mention you and your wife sometimes, and I feel like the students and staff would love a visit.
Wow, interesting. Who answered that, or who asked that question? What? Who's talking about me? Is it John Whiting?
I'm on the MSU the Comm Sci Arts building Discord. Melissa messages you sometimes. She said that she used to work with your wife, I think.
Yes. So my wife used to work at Michigan State, and then I was in the Media Arts and Technology. It's a different name now, but that was my major. It's media information now. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Do I get to visit? No, I haven't visited in a long time. I mean, I would go back. I mean, one of my favorite teachers there was his name is John Whiting, and he was one of the audio professors, and it was cool. He was very encouraging back when I was at State, and I think it was maybe not that long ago, maybe a few years ago, he somebody reached out and they were like, oh, they would like to record like you having a talk with him, and then it was really nice because he was one that I remember way back when in college. Sometimes people would be like, oh, what do you want to do? And I'd be like, oh, like a voice actor, but I would kind of be like, oh, but that's
Pipe dream or whatever.
But he was like, no, I think you could do it.
That's awesome.
And that meant a lot to me. And so and I learned a lot in his classes. So I should go back. I haven't been back to Michigan in a while. So it's been nice. It's nice, even though I'm here very briefly. It's just nice. I got to get like a Werner's or something.
Some Faygo.
I don't miss Faygo.
You don't miss Faygo. Yeah, I mean, no one should.
But Werner's, I gotta get a Werner's ginger ale.
Oh
yeah.
I think that we may have some in the fridge
I will
for
be having
vendors.
some.
So
Yeah,
I will see what I can do about finding you some.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got a few more questions here. But first off, I think it's awesome that your teacher had such a great impact on you. I mean, you said it was John Whiting?
John Whiting, if you're watching.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to John. Yeah.
All right. So this writer, I can't tell what the name is at the bottom. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not great at reading, I guess. You'd think working at a library would be better. But first off, you are the GOAT, greatest of all time. I agree.
I agree too. No.
You got to have that attitude. You got to be able to put yourself out there. It makes perfect sense. So if given the resources, I have powerful friends, would you create a Chronicles of King Dragon?
Oh, like a video game of King Dragon? Yes. If any studio was foolish enough to let me do that, of course I would do that. Yes. Yeah.
Well, they say they have powerful friends,
Okay.
so you might want to figure out who was shouting out back there, because I think they know.
Yes, of course.
Absolutely. Any advice for anybody? Oh, I've already asked that question. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I guess they do ask about like schools or programs in terms of voice acting.
I would say there aren't really like schools for voice acting, but the best thing you can do is just like find classes. There are a lot of online classes. Just find a reputable. I would advise like finding a voice actor class that if it's a voice actor teaching it, that they actually are active. Like one that a lot of voice actors recommend is Charlie Adler's class. I hear that one's really good. Classes taught by someone who works in it, I think would be extremely valuable.
Makes perfect sense. You don't want to learn from somebody who is not succeeding in the field, because you might pick up that trait. All right. So you mentioned that these days it's now much more open ethnicity auditions and casting. Was it not before? And when and how did that change? Do you know?
I think before it would be, I'll just say it was less diverse before.
Yeah.
And now I think it's really opened up to a lot wider variety of
great.
actors. So, I think once companies and studios started to actually make an effort to, reach out to more diverse talent, I think it's only benefited.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion policies really do have a good impact. I'm glad to hear that is working in the VA field as well.
Yep.
What factors do you consider when picking up a voice acting project? Do you consider pay, reputation, opportunity? And this is from a local indie game studio.
Oh, interesting. I consider different factors. I think I do think fair pay for sure, but I do look at the writing. And if I like the writing, the logistics, a lot of just boring stuff, just like are they willing to, rent a studio for me? Because I don't actually record from home. I don't have a home setup. I only go into studio. So yeah, it just depends. A lot of just boring stuff like what's the pay, like what's the script look like, you know, is it something that looks interesting? It doesn't necessarily matter to me how high profile it is if the project looks interesting or if the writing looks good. And then there's all like the boring like stuff my agents deal with or whatever, right?
Right.
That's kind of more than in their hands, but yeah, if the writing's good, I'll definitely be interested. So
Awesome. Do you have a favorite video game boss? And if so, will you take a photo with my baby at some point?
So if I don't have one, I can't take a photo with.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Is this conditional?
I don't know, but the guy with the piranha plant baby. Oh, okay. So it's the piranha plant. It's their favorite.
My favorite video game boss. That's interesting. One that comes to mind just off the top of my head, my favorite game is Paper Mario. And so like there's a final Bowser fight that's really fun and really just blew me away as a kid. So that's probably my answer. Will I take a picture with the baby? Yes, sure. Yeah. I'd like to see the baby.
We do have the after this event, about an hour afterwards, we do have the signing line going downstairs. You can probably, I don't know if it would work for you or not.
Photos or?
Yeah,
photos are fine. So basically how the signing will work. So after this panel, I've got like an hour. I'm going to go, eat lunch and stuff. But then at 2 o'clock, how it works is all selfies. Anyone can take a selfie if you'd like. If you bring stuff to sign, I'll sign it for free. And then I have a bunch of like prints and stuff you can optionally purchase if you want. And there are a lot of really cool ones. So if you want to buy a print, I'll happily sign it. But if you bring stuff to sign, if you just want a photo, that's all free. And it's 2 to 4.
Yep.
But I will stay as long as necessary to get through everybody. So if you line up, I will.
Cheers.
Sure. So I will get through everyone in line. I'm only here for today, so I want to make sure I get through everybody. So
we greatly appreciate
of course,
it.
Yeah.
What dish has Senshi made in Delicious in Dungeon that you would try? Or if you would make your own original dish, what would you make it out of? That sort of thing.
I mean, I would try anything. The one that made me the hungriest was the dragon barbecue.
Oh my gosh,
looked really good. But also the slush made out of like ghosts.
Oh, yeah,
that looked really good. I would eat
cream.
I would eat anything in that show though. Yeah.
It all looks delicious in the dungeon.
Yeah. The irony is I am a terrible cook myself. I don't cook at home
This
at
is
all.
why you'd be friends with Senshi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the hookup.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
All right. Next question. Do you miss living in Michigan?
I miss aspects of it. I'm actually very happy in LA. The only things that are like the big downside are traffic. There is hell on earth.
You think traffic is bad here in Ann Arbor? No,
that's cute.
It's completely
If you think traffic,
different.
I don't want to be condescending, but if you ever think, oh, traffic is the worst here,
You're wrong.
it's maddening to me. Like the distance you can drive in LA, like it'll take like an hour to get to a place in LA. Here you could drive like 5 hours on the highway in that same it's just or I don't know, it's just so the traffic is one. I do miss fall, but I don't miss winter.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I will never live in a place with winter ever again. But I do miss aspects of it. I mean, I think Michigan is actually a state that has a really fun culture. I just feel if this makes any sense, it has like an autumn vibe to it.
It really does. All the trees.
And I like the food here. I like the people are really nice. So I do miss aspects of it. But LA also has really good food, and also the weather's nice all the time. So
Definitely helps.
Yeah.
And then the follow-up question, this was from Sky. Do you prefer living in California or Michigan? I think I kind of got an answer there, but I want to make sure that it's right.
Yeah, it's California.
Yeah.
The food and weather are too good.
No, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
All right. If we have any more questions,
Yeah, we got
on
like what
cards, we got
9 more
9
minutes, and I'll answer any questions within reason. So
Yeah. For now, I guess I will jump over to a couple of the hands that I've seen. Oh, you got it? All right, wonderful. Then I will not jump out of my chair because I have been running around all day today. And I will pass that on to the next question.
Hello, is
Hello.
this working? Cool.
Yes.
Great. How did you get into Big Top Burger?
Was
Got some
that the
excitement.
Steve cosplayer I just? Oh, okay, yeah, there you are. Oh, it was you. Okay, I saw a face over there. Okay, Big Top Burger. He literally just emailed me asking me would I do it, and I had no idea what it was, but I was like, sure, sounds fun. And then it was amazing. Like I was like, wow, this is a really fun project, and it's only just he's a delightful guy. He's really fun to work with. So that was an example of something where I had no idea what it was. I didn't know who Ian was, but I was like, yeah, sure, sounds fun. And then it became this huge thing where I was like, oh wow, like this is really good stuff. So yeah, thank you for your question.
While we're figuring out questions here, I hear that you really like the cardboard game Legendary.
Marvel Legendary, yes. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
It is a cooperative deck building game, and I don't care about Marvel at all. The theming has nothing to do with it for me. It's just the fact that it's a really well-made, fun, cooperative deck building game. I love deck building games. Like I love like Slay the Spire. I love stuff like that. So
Cooperative games are exactly the type of game that I enjoy playing. I think I've been playing Spirit Island recently.
Oh yeah, Spirit Island's
it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we got our next question.
Yeah, I was wondering, when you're voice acting, do you ever record with other voice actors, and is that a more fun or interesting experience than times you're recording alone?
It happens much more rarely now, unfortunately. Pre-COVID, so basically how it goes is anime almost never, video games rarely, but cartoons you used to record with other actors. Nowadays, because of COVID, and a lot of people moved away, and they have remote recordings, and also a lot of celebrities get cast and stuff now instead of voice actors. It's much more difficult. So the only the only group recording I've done post-COVID is the one with Tom Kenny. And that was really fun. So it's coming back, kind of. I love working with other actors live in the booth, and I would love to do more. But it is rarer for sure. Still happens, but rarer.
All right, we've got our next question.
Hello, big fan.
Hello.
So you mentioned that you grew up a nerd. We all are. And you grew up watching TV shows and cartoons and playing video games. What's it like breaking into the industry and getting to see behind the curtain a bit? Is there still this mysticism to the industry, or is it a little ruined?
It's not ruined, but the mysticism is completely dissipated. You kind of go, oh, it's a job. It's a job, and there's a lot of stuff. I'll say this much. I give a lot, whenever I hear, let's say, a shaky performance in something, I give that performer a lot of slack because so much of it is out of your control. Sometimes it's like, oh, maybe the director wasn't the best fit, or oh, the script was not. Sometimes sometimes you don't have context for stuff. So I just go, there's a lot of stuff where I go, the actor always gets blamed. I'm pointing at myself. It doesn't really happen to me, but but in general, if you see a performance and be like, oh, that actor's terrible, I go, there are so many other factors that could have contributed to that. Now, if you see that actor in lots of things and they're always bad, then okay, they're probably just a bad actor. But sometimes I'll hear something by an actor where I'm like, oh, this person's really good. It's kind of a shake. It's kind of like something's wrong off of it. I'm like, something happened behind the scenes. Like they either didn't get enough context or were directed in the wrong way. That's why you have to put a lot of trust in the director because they know what's going on more than you do. Oftentimes you don't know what's going on before you go into the booth. Sometimes you don't even know what character you're playing. And you just here's the script. And you're like, I don't know what this is, but I have to just put myself into it and just do my best. And I'm pretty good at figuring that stuff out. But I also, so for me, I just go, okay, it's a job. And yeah. So the mysticism is gone, but it's still a rewarding job for sure.
All right, one more. Nope, I think we got room for a couple more. Go ahead.
Okay, so can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
All right, so I've noticed in a Big Top Burger that you play two different characters. You play Doctor and Bigfoot. Do you
Yes.
ever accidentally read like one character's lines in another voice, like Doctor's lines in Bigfoot's voice or something?
No, because I'm built different. No, we record them separately. So usually we'll do one character first, then the other one. I've voiced multiple characters in the same thing, but usually you don't do like back and forth or anything like that. Usually you pick one, do all the lines, and you do the next one. So, yeah.
All right, our next question.
Okay, so I think this will be very personal for you. Do you know when the webcomic for Lackadaisy will be updated? It's been 5 years.
I am not the creator, so I have no idea. But I think right now she is extremely involved in the production of the show. So not anytime soon, because she works on the show. She's directly involved with it. Like I would consider her one of the showrunners. So I think right now that's what she's doing. So and honestly, I'm very excited to see what she does, because the fact that she's basically one of the main voices of the whole thing. So that's
All right, our next question.
I know you're like probably under like contract, but have you seen like any like lines or been giving like any like date for Dungeon Meshi season 2? I understand if you can't answer, but
There it is.
I cannot answer any questions of that nature. Yeah.
Bummer, but that's just the way the job works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to keep your mouth on.
Yeah.
It stinks, but
But
Thank-
it's been announced. That's
yep, it's happening.
Yeah.
So that's what we're grateful for. All right, our next question.
Do you think you could beat Senshi in an eating competition?
Oh, in an eating competition? You know, I can't eat as much as I used to, which I guess is a good thing probably, but
Metabolism.
yeah, just metabolism, aging. So I think no. Although I would try my best. If he cooked for me, I would do my best.
Hello.
Hello.
You had mentioned that you'd played a lot of games, when you're growing up. And you've played a lot of like board games, things like that, but I was wondering, are there any like sort of video games that you play? Do you play like WoW, League? Are you that kind of gamer, or do you not deal with that kind of toxicity?
I don't play a lot of multiplayer games. I usually play only single-player games. I'm always playing catch-up. I've got like my sort of like goals of like what I'm trying to play through. So, for example, like I'm playing Dragon Quest VII on 3DS right now because I'm trying to play through all the Dragon Quest games, or like the Yakuza games, or the Fire Emblem games. Like there are a series of games where I'm like trying to play through all of them. And then there's also just ones I just haven't gotten around to yet. Like I still haven't played A Link to the Past, and I want to play A Link to the Past. So I find with anime and stuff, I'm always kind of behind on what's new because I'm just playing catch up on everything I haven't consumed yet. So
I think we have time for one more question. All right.
hello.
Hello. When you are in the booth, approximately how many takes do you have, or how many takes do you give yourself? And is there someone there who is like a director kind of giving you cues, or do you kind of just have to trust yourself?
There's always, well, not always, but 99% of the time there's always a director there. So they're the one kind of giving you directions and things like that. I'll toot my own horn. I get complimented a lot that I'll usually get it on the first take. And often they'll just ask for a safety. Like, a safety is like, oh, just do like another just so we have it. But I've been told many times by directors that, oh, you're very good at just cold reads, where you can just look at it for the first time and know exactly how to do it. Long monologues I excel at. I mean, I'm just saying that this has been told to me by directors.
It's good to know your own talents, and you can talk about them. It's all right.
So, and I also finish a lot of sessions early because I usually don't require that much direction. And so sometimes it'll be an hour early or whatever. So I don't usually need too many. Not usually I can get it within 2 takes for sure. But it depends on the project too. So, yeah.
All right, so that's the time that we have for questions. Thank you so much for coming to our convention today. We
My
are
pleasure.
so excited to
Thank
have
you. For having me. Thank you for attending. The autographs are in an hour, so I'm gonna go eat. You said you had Werner's?
I think we do. I'm pretty sure. I'll dig
Well,
through the fridge
I'm gonna
and the
eat
back
lunch
end.
and hopefully drink a Werner's, and then it's on the first floor, right?
Yep, the first floor is where the signing will be. It'll be at the 4 tables that are set off to the side. If you have seen the Artist Alley vendors, there's 4 rows, and then there's some off to the side. The ones off to the side are where you're going to be.
Yep, and so like I mentioned, selfies and personal item signings are free. And if you want to buy a print, go for it. But otherwise, I will get through everybody today. So I hope to see some of you there. Have a good one.
Thank you.